Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today is December 7th and I just wanted to give you an update on the stuff I brought inside, and it's in my basement for the winter. So again, here's my red robin. Looks like it's doing okay. Actually looks like it's got to put on some new growth too, so see how that goes. Also, let's move over here. There's my sage that I dug up from the community garden. It's doing well. This one is my MOA Scotch Bonnet. Now you can see it's lost a lot of leaves. And this is the one that be 2 years old now. I overwintered it last year and took off. But it lost a lot of leaves last year and it came back. So it's got some new growth here, if you can see it, I'm pointing. And in some other places, so I think it'll be okay. Anyway, here's the fish pepper I dug up out of the garden, and this one actually looks the best so far. I forgot to pull that pepper off over there, but yeah, this one looks the best so far. Kind of recovered. It was droopy for a while, and now that I brought it in and dried out a bit, it looks like it's perked up a lot. Here is my, let me see what this one is. 7-pot Primo. It's got new growth on it. So I think, right there. So I think it might be okay. And then here is my ghost pepper. It's got new growth, so I think they'll be okay. I want to show you something else too. See how many leaves it drops? And I just left this here so I could show you that if you bring them in like this, they are going to drop leaves. They always do. I'll sweep them up here in a bit. But yeah. One other thing I like to do is monitor how damp they are. I like to make sure that's really dry before I water them again, because you don't want to water stuff too much when they're indoors, because you could get root rot and it'll kill the plant. So I'm figuring that if I can keep them on the dry side mostly, that it'll be okay. I don't know if you can see this very well, but this is a meter. It tells you how damp the soil is, because sometimes it'll be dry up top and very damp on the bottom. I've noticed that in the past, but you can see this one. This is the MOA Scotch Bonnet. See, that's not dry enough for me. I'm going to let that go until it gets drier, and then I will go ahead and water it again, probably till it's just really dried out. Let's look at the fish pepper. See, the fish pepper is still damp. Look at that. This has been in the house for weeks now, so see how long it retains water. If this was the summer, it would have soaked up all that water. But it's looking good, so we'll just leave it for a while until it dries out again. So I don't keep them on a watering schedule. I don't really think that's a good idea. It's best just to check the soil and see if it's dry or not, and then water them. Because if you put them on a schedule, you're probably going to overwater them and kill them. So that's not a good idea in the winter. In the summer, you can kind of water it all the time, and it'll pretty much be okay. Another thing, I get when I get this leaf drop, I think I said this before during the season, that I think it's because they get so wet in the fall and it gets cool and the leaves start dropping. I think that's the problem. I always say I'm going to bring them in earlier, but I never do. But I think it's actually more a wetness problem than a coolness problem outside. So one of these years, don't know what year it'll be, is I'll bring them in before they start getting too damp, or keep them out of the rain so they don't get too wet. And here's my rosemary I bring in every year. See, it's big. It'll get kind of spindly and lose leaves before I bring it back outside, but I have to put them under these grow lights, because if I don't, they won't get enough light. And here's the grow light I use. It's Mars Hydro. And I do have these lights hooked up to a timer. I think I have it on for about 8 hours a day and off. It's the winter time, so they wouldn't get a lot of light anyway. But it's enough light to keep them through the winter. So anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.